Hi, this is Ayosha from evomotion, and I'd like to give you a short demo about the new evomove multi-app for up to 4 devices. So I prepared today 3 devices, and I will just start the new app as it would come out directly from the App Store. So if I start the app, it will show me, of course, the launching screen, and I need to give the access to all the settings. I prepared this so we don't have this, but eventually it would ask for the permission for camera, Bluetooth and so ever. So I start to scan. I now start with the left upper leg. And I wait till it's connected, or I can also start scanning further systems. And eventually the third one as well. So once all are connected, you will see the check mark, and then I can start using the device. So I have configured 3 devices, as you can see. So 1 left upper leg, 2 right legs, 1 upper leg and 1 lower leg. And with the new app, we introduced also the 2 colors. So once in the configuration you are done, you can select Ortho Kit, which won't change anything, but the color you can see here, which is then maybe easier to see for the patient. So once you enter that screen, you will see a slider. So the slider is the yellow bar below that, and you can select the level of intensity for all devices at the same time. So in the middle you have the old step number 3, and you can go down 5 steps and up also 5 steps. The overall intensity or range for the patient is still the same. You can press on that screen the test button, which will test all 3 systems at the same time, and you can also press the button in the middle, which will I do now, so all devices will be active for gait detection mode. If you tap that button again, it will switch all devices off. As you can see also the battery status on all devices and where the devices are saved. If you press one of the devices, there comes a pop-up where you can just fine-tune the stimulation, so you can do a little offset for either the front or the back. So if I want to have a little bit more power on the glutes, I can go 1 step up or 2 steps up, and maybe reduces a bit on the quads. Also, if I want to test just one device, I can go to this detailed screen and press the test here, which will only stimulate on that specific device. If I press on the magnifying glass on the lower left, I can also let the unit beep, so I can find where the unit is if I might need to search for the right unit. These settings will be saved, and if I now would alter the overall intensity, the offset would still be there. And I can define an offset for each device, so the overall intensity will change, but won't go over the range you as an expert has defined before in the configuration. Training mode is activated now only for the right side. You can see maybe that the left side is grayed out and the right side is not grayed out. In order to start the training, At the moment, you can just start training for one device each time. You can press, for example, now on the upper leg, on the upper right leg, select the muscles you want to select. And once selected, you press the X on the lower right, and then you can start the training on the big button in the middle. Of course, you can also choose the intensity, and once you're done with that leg, you can also start the other leg by just going into that and selecting this. Then we have updated the step counter. So at the moment I don't have any steps on the device, but once I'm using the device more regularly, it will detect the daily steps, the weekly steps, so you will see a nice graph here, or the monthly steps. The support is still the same as before, and it will be of course in English for you. And on this last settings page on the lower right, you can see an overview for all stimulation devices which are connected. If, for example, you want to use only the lower leg today, you can just switch the switch. So these devices will be paused. You can see that better on the stimulation overview here. So once you now would start with the walking, it will show a pause sign on the upper ones and the lower one will be activated. You can see that also on the button on the bottom, that not all devices are on. Once you want to activate them again, you can just activate them here, and then they are available for the control. Now I am in expert mode as well. So once you want to alter settings, you can just click on the device, and then you have the setting you are used to. You can see the calibration date, the maintenance date, and the firmware version, but also you can turn off the app binding or activate the training mode, and you can enter the configuration for one device. The configuration looks the same as before. At the moment, you can just do a configuration for one device at a time. So I think that's everything we have in the new app. And if there are further questions, you can also, of course, reach out to us or your distributor. Thanks a lot and have a great day.